Hey folks, it's Sunday, August 9th. My name's James. I'm the president of the Edmonton Local of the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, and it's been an absolutely gorgeous Sunday out here. It was booming a little bit of thunder, but it seems to have passed us by. So tomorrow is going to be a brand new day. The corporation has decided to enact part of the new contract. So let's have a discussion about it, specifically about relief. So specifically in regards to relief, we're talking about Article 52, which is selection of assignments by relief letter carriers. And they've removed sections A, B, and C. And those were the description of what OAs are, what VLs are, and how to operate without it. So now we are all operating without it. There hasn't been much in the way of the changes to the rest of this, except for the final part at the end of 52, which says that except as provided in this clause, where a relief letter carrier has exercised his or her seniority on an assignment, he or she shall be required to remain on the assignment for the duration of the absence of the employee being replaced. So once you bid on it, it's yours. It's yours until the original owner returns or retires or leaves. The only case in which you can change your bid is if you did not use your seniority. So if you were the last person, the lowest seniority person, and you were forced onto an assignment because there was no other assignment, you could use the opportunity to bid on other assignments. Other than that, you're stuck where you are. So there might be some strategy for this. Like if you see that there's a 2-week-long assignment, but you know that a carrier with a great assignment is coming up in a week, you may not want to bid on that 2-week assignment. You might risk going day to day for the next week and potentially being forced onto assignments or even being transferred to other depots for that week, just so you can bid on that long assignment you know is coming up. Temporary employees are subject to Article 52, which means the same provisions apply. So if a temporary employee ends up on a long-term assignment, they are on that assignment until the route owner returns. From what I understand, the corporation will be maintaining the current position. So if you are on a long-term assignment, you will continue to be on that assignment. That's the way it's been explained to me by the corporation. So you're still on that assignment until the letter carrier returns. So I hope you like the assignment you're on. I guess the only way out of that would be to bid to another depot, which would then remove you from that relief pool and into another depot. That's probably the only way out of that. So the other provisions of Article 52 are things that say, like 5202A basically says that assignment shall be given to relief letter carriers on the basis of seniority. Part B, it says an employee who indicates before going on leave his or her desire to be made aware of an assignment coming out open for bid under this article and who leaves an address to be notified will be so notified by registered mail. They'll probably just call you, but they should be sending you registered mail to let you know that there is a long-term position coming up. So 5203 is where there is no other work available, and Part A basically says that you will be required to perform other available relief letter carrier duties if there isn't an assignment. Part B of that, it talks about if there's no further requirement for relief in his or her own postal installation, a relief letter carrier can be assigned on a daily basis outside his or her own postal installation. In the case of 1704, the corporation can use this relief letter carrier prior to applying subparagraph 1704A new to 4. Basically, it means that they can send you to a different facility rather than using Article 17 to cover assignments that were not completed on the previous day. Of course, there are limits on that. They can only send you within 30 kilometers of where you actually work, but that's further than you think it is. But it's considered to be working time from when you arrive at your postal installation and when you travel to the other. That is all working time. And the corporation will provide transportation. So don't take your own car. There's so many liabilities to you and to the company by taking your own car. If you're in a car accident, you're on WCB, but the corporation isn't going to cover the cost of your car. It's your problem. So take a cab. Get them to pay for it. Absolutely. 100% of the ways. and the travel time between postal installation is deemed to have been time worked for pay purposes. So if you end up getting overtime, that's not your problem. And that's the time returning to where your car is as well. So take advantage of that. Make sure you do that. And then there's a massive section about the way we're going to be counting relief in the spring, and I need some time to sit down with that. It's very big and complicated, about adding and deleting positions based off of a complement. I'm not sure how well it's going to go. We'll have to see. There was no desire for us to change that, so it kind of went with theirs. But the last article in there is 5205, which is about relief motorized mail couriers. So part-time relief motorized mail courier positions may be established based on relief requirements to provide relief for afternoon and weekend part-time motorized mail couriers. Such positions shall be established in accordance with clause 5204. I don't think we have any part-time relief right now. That may come up. It may become a thing with the new way of measuring, but right now it isn't a thing. So there are other changes coming to the post office. So the Pacific region of CUPW put out a bulletin on August 7th explaining that the regional management there had told them that they were going to be implementing the new clause 1508, clause 1514, and Article 52. I'm aware that we're doing Article 52 here. I haven't heard much about 1508, which is assignment of overtime for Group 2, and 1514, which is compulsory overtime. So we'll have a talk about that in the future video. Otherwise, tomorrow's a new day. I don't think it's necessarily as bad as it thinks, but there's going to be some adjustments. Have the rest of your weekend. Have a good rest of your weekend. There's, the 4 hours left in it. And have a great week. Talk to you later.